Yours, damn right, it's better than yours. I can teach you.
What it is, ho? What's up? T can't accept the fact that she got beat up. What's good? What's up, Messy Mob? It's your girl, ItsMyaJ, and I am back again with another video. So today we're going to be getting into some mess concerning the Baddies East reunion, girl. Specifically, Scotty with the, baby, you know, y'all get mad when I say Scotty with the ran through body. So we're going to be nice today, and we're going to be like Scotty with a body, baby. And hi, my name's T, and some alleged tea that T spilled, girl. And listen, I am just ready to get into it all. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on that post notification bell so you know every single time I post a new video. Girl, it's ItsMyaJ. It's the Messy Mob. We are lit over here. Trust and believe that. And yeah, let's get into the mess. Like, come on now. Why else are we here? So no shade, before the reunion did air, or at least part 2, where T got done up, okay, so before this part actually aired, T was talking a whole lot of mess online. You know what I'm saying, girl? Let's just recap what she actually said happened in that moment and why she felt the need to put her hands on Scotty and sneak her.
I remember what you did to me now. You made me mad again. I'm in that space again. And everybody's, woo, woo. And I'm like, oh, I just was like, ah! I just hit her.
The way she explains this is so funny. The way she explains it is so funny. Anyways, all right, so that's why she said she hit her. Clearly, she was overstimulated. It was a lot going on. As you can see, it really was a lot going on. Like, when in the midst of her running up on Scotty from the back and sneaking her, Scotty was literally getting spit on by Biggie. Like, it was just so much going on, and E.T. and Tashiki was going round for round while this is happening. Girl, it was just a mess. So I completely understand, you know, that part. She definitely told the truth when it came to that. But around Valentine's Day, she went live, okay, and she went on her story. And baby, when I tell you she was throwing shade, we're going to recap that as well because I never really covered that. And girl, listen, okay. So she was throwing shade, like she was, you know, because y'all know, no shade, that Scotty is, you know, she's Miss Side Chick of the Year. You know, she's, I feel like, honestly, not to be the Lulu, but it seemed like, you know, based on the little perks that Scotty be getting, it seemed like she one step away from being a main chick. Or am I dragging it? Y'all let me know. Anyways, so Scotty is just, you know, Scotty with the ran through, baby. Scotty with the ran through body. She just, you know, she's the side chick of the year. You know what I'm saying? She's the number one side chick out of everybody. What are you talking about, girl? That girl has a secured spot on this season, girl. She is, girl, that girl cracked that cootie cat open, girl, and secured her spot. What are you talking about? So T has some things to say about this around Valentine's Day, and she said, and I know she was talking about Scotty because she mentioned how Scotty got cameras in her house, okay? And y'all know that Stunner Girl basically exposed that Lemmy does pay for her rent. She does pay for her rent in her apartment in LA, and he got cameras in the house. So let's get into the shade that T got into, child.
Who are you with this lovely Valentine's Day? Are you with your own man? Do you share him? Do you not get this day? Do you only get the weekends? Do you only get purses? Are you number one? Happy Valentine's Day.
She didn't have to, Scotty girl, she didn't have to clock your tea like that, but you know, it's okay, girl. It's okay. So y'all, this was like, I want to say, okay, so this was on Valentine's Day, or yeah. So this was on Valentine's Day. So this came out a couple days before the actual part 2 of the reunion where we got to see them get into it. Okay, but this is not the only thing that, you know, T said. T also felt the need, again, right before, you know, her fight with Scotty aired on TV. She felt the need to basically explain where their issues came from.
I don't gotta start shit with no bitch. Let's start there. I walk in the house and Scotty's crying in the corner. And I'm like, are you okay? What's wrong? She was like, I had to unfollow you on Instagram. Lemmy's mad at me. I said, oh, okay. That's weird. You have to unfollow me because of a nigga? She was like, yeah, we can't be friends. I was like, that's lame. So Lemmy calls me And I tell him what she says. I'm like, yeah, she said she can't fuck with me because you saying whatever you was telling her, like she can't fuck with me. And he was like, what? And so he puts her on the phone on the three-way, and he's like, bitch, you're a scammer, you're a liar, all this stuff. I was just on the phone quiet, like, okay. And she was like, T, why would you tell him? And I was like, why would I tell him what? Why would I tell him that he said that he couldn't fuck with me? Y'all being, what's this messy storyline? What is this? But y'all don't see that on camera. And then on camera, what happens? Oh, she telling me to calm down after we just had this three-way phone conversation.
And keep in mind, all of this shit talking, all of this shade is coming from her again before the reunion actually aired. So a part of me is really just like, although I seen the trailer, okay, but you know, Scotty is, she cracking that little kitty cat open for the CEO. So I feel like it's just, me personally, girl, I just feel like it's going to be edited in her favor regardless. That's how I feel with Rolly. That's how I feel with Natalie. That's how I feel really with anybody that's associated with Natalie Chow and that's getting tricked off. Like, that's just how I feel. Like, I feel like it's going to be edited in your favor. And I feel like, or during the trailer, they're going to show a good part. And when that's really not what it is, because they have a history of doing so. So although I seen her low-key behind key, like running in the trailer, from Scotty while Scotty was, beating the Mario coins, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, okay. Maybe she did. Like, maybe they just showed a bad part. Like, because, T talked too much. I'm not going to lie. Like, no shade. T talked too much mess to not know how to fight. No shade. And I understand, girl, pretty girls don't fight, girl. Pretty girls, this, that, the third. But I'm like, there's no way. And I just feel like the whole pretty girls don't fight really goes out the window when it comes to this. Because first of all, T snuck her first. T hit her first, okay? So, all that pretty girl, this, that, okay, you should have just sat pretty then if pretty girls don't fight. Okay, cool. So I'm like, okay, I still had hope for the girl, especially because no shade, they did her dirty on the show. Like, if you really rewind back to like episode 4 or 5 when ET initially came into the house and they set her up like that at that go-kart race, they did her so bad. That episode still is just so dark to me. That's a whole nother conversation for another day. But they did her so bad. So I'm hoping she prevails. Like, I'm not delusional. Like, I see that she ran it in the trailer and I even called her out for it when the trailer first dropped. But I'm still just like, you know what? You know what? We're going to see. Okay. I'm not going to say anything too quick. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I be speaking too soon and be completely wrong. But baby, listen. Girl. So again, so when she's talking all this mess before the actual fight drops, I'm like, okay, so she must have lost. Out of nowhere, you're going live, unprovoked, throwing shade, speaking on Scotty's situation and having feeling the need to desperately plead your case about why you guys even got into it in the first place. So I'm just like, okay, so she must have lost. Like, because I don't know, like you're doing a lot. All right. So then the reunion comes around. All right. The reunion comes around and baby, listen. Scotty is getting into it with Biggie. Y'all know House B. House B was, child, they was just, girl, House B was on one. That's all I'll say. So, girl, she getting into it with Biggie. And in the midst of her getting into it, in the midst of Scotty getting into it with Biggie, baby, here, T pretty self, baby, she come out the cut and make. No, because I'm not gonna lie, no shade. That sneak, it low-key ate down. Okay? Like, I'm proud of Scotty in terms of, like, her sticking up for herself and her finally winning a fight. Her finally, because, girl, I'm not gonna lie, no shade. I ain't seen Scotty win a fight since, since Razor, girl. Okay, I ain't seen Scotty win a fight since Razor. So I was proud of Scotty in terms of that because I'm not gonna lie, girl. I was sick of seeing you get I was tired of seeing you get toe up, girl. You got toe up all Baddies East every time you got into it with somebody, girl. No shade. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't mad at T for sneaking Scotty because Scotty snuck her on the show. And me personally, girl, you know what I'm saying? What goes around comes back around. That's how I feel. What you put out into the world, you're going to get it right back. That's how I feel. So I was not mad at T for sneaking Scotty. And don't get me wrong, like I said, because they did her so bad on the show, like tag teaming her, talking mess, bullying her, literally, attacking her when she's the most vulnerable, aka when she's sick. I hated that. I hated that episode. I really did. And I did not like the way that Scotty snuck her when she had so many opportunities to get her issue and she never got her issue. You had to wait until a replacement came in the house, to do your big one, and you really didn't do your big one because, girl, you was in the bathroom crying about a scratch. So I'm like, okay, so I want T to prevail. So if you sneak her, why you ain't just stay? Like, girl, what I tell you, T snuck Scotty, and Scotty literally turned around and went to work immediately. And then they square up, and it was the same exact thing. Like, my thing is, okay, you snuck her. She did the same thing to you. I completely understand. I get it, girl. I get it. Okay. And I wanted you to win that fight so bad. I really did, girl. Because I just do. Because Scotty, I don't like the way that Scotty moved with you on the show. But again, why would you sneak? And then you're swimming midair. You're swimming. Literally, Scotty has you swimming. Like, while you're standing up. How are you swimming and standing up at the same time? That's crazy. Like, how do you square up? By sneaking her, you immediately had the upper hand. You had the upper hand. You snuck her, and girl, like I said, that little sneak hit, girl, it ate down. So girl, I just feel like T definitely fumbled the bag when it came to that, girl. Square up, girl. It was terrible to watch. I honestly I didn't like it for you. I just didn't even want to watch it. Honestly, I still watched it because I'm not biased. So it's like I was kind of proud of Scotty. I was proud of Scotty. It felt like I was her big sister. And I'm watching my little sister fight, who really can't fight, but like she fighting and she getting down. So I felt proud of Scotty. It's my natural human instinct. Like, I was proud, but it's like, girl, T, what is going on? So, child, T has been catching not really backlash, more so like disappointment. You know what I'm saying? From a lot of fans, because we seen you get done so dirty on the show. So yeah, girl, we wanted you. Come on, we were disappointed, girl. No shade. Like, we wanted you to prevail, but child, T has been, girl, I don't know if I want to call them excuses. Her being Delulu, waking up in Delulu land and coming up with stuff off the top of her head, or is she trolling? I don't know what it is, girl, but girl, she claiming that Scotty is with child. So she came to her story and she said, everybody is clocking on how I fought at the reunion versus how I fought at the race tracks and ET. Truth is, I wasn't trying to hurt the baby. So she only fought one person, okay? She only fought one person, girl. So it is clearly, it is obvious that she is shading Scotty. Now, a couple people thought that she was talking about herself, but I highly doubt she was talking about herself because honestly, I feel like if you're pregnant, you're just not going to put yourself in that position. I feel like if Krishan was pregnant and her slow ass, like the girl is slow, okay? She's a snagger-tooth, slow girl, okay? So if Krishan had enough sense to not show up to the Baddies West reunion because she was pregnant, I'm pretty sure T would have had enough sense to do the same thing, okay? I would hope that she would have enough sense to do that, okay? She just seems like a little bit more smarter. So I'm pretty sure she was speaking about Scotty. And the way I feel about this is just, I feel like T is just going. Oh, sorry. I feel like T is getting clowned a lot on social media right now. So I feel like she's going to say anything to try to save face. Because, girl, it just came out of nowhere. Like, where did you even pull this from? Where did you pull this from? Like, where did this come from? Like, she said, I'm not trying to hurt the baby. Because my thing is, if you weren't trying to quote unquote do that, like if you're trying to insinuate that she's pregnant and you're not trying to, do damage, you would have never hit her in the first place. No shade. Like, that's just how I feel about it. I feel like you would have never hit her. You would have never, not only that, but you would have never squared up with her in the first place because you were actually trying to fight her. You just realized you were losing and swimming midair, and girl, she was tearing you up, and you realized you couldn't beat her, and that's when you ran away. That's what happened. Like, ain't no, I'm not trying to, the baby this, the baby that. Girl, boo, girl. But I will say this, okay? Now, I'm not going to rule it out all the way only because I'm not saying it's true because I highly doubt it, but I will say this. And let me say this. Okay? When they were getting into it, Lemmy was real quick, okay, to come up over there. Now, he did the same thing when Scotty was. I think that, because think about it. He don't ever be trying to come into an altercation when it has to do with anybody unless Scotty is in the middle of it. Just like when Scotty and Natalie got into it. Okay? Just like when, and then he, he came rushed over there when Scotty and T got into it. I had to rewind that part. Girl, just say, girl, listen, T, you should have just came to the reunion, girl, and you should have sat pretty, girl. Because no shade. And you are right, girl. You did do a lot better at the racetracks with E.T., which is who was supposed to be this heavy hitter, more of a heavy hitter than Scotty. But honestly, I just think you just can't fight, girl. Because even at the racetracks, I was like, yeah, she can't really, no. But E.T., the whole fight was just weak, honestly. But it was, it was okay. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you did better at the racetracks than you did at the reunion. But it's like, no, baby, like, y'all squared up. It was a fair fade. Like, it's not, it's not like, Scotty snuck me, so yeah, I couldn't really fight that. No, y'all squared up, like, and you had the upper hand the first round. You literally you snuck her. You should have won. You should have won that fight, if anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you, girl, you snuck her and then got tore up immediately. It's just crazy, girl. So yeah, she came up with this excuse. She pulled it out of her head, girl. Okay, she pulled it out, girl. I don't know where she pulled it out from. I don't know if it's true. But it just seems like a little Delulu excuse to me, child. It seemed like you don't want to accept the fact that you lost. You know what especially because you was talking all that mess. Girl, when I tell you T was talking so much mess, not even the video clips that I had just showed you, but I'm talking about, like, if you go back on her YouTube channel, if they're still there, T was talking a lot of mess before the reunion. Okay? A lot of mess, especially about Scotty and E.T. Girl, this it's just a mess. Thank y'all so much for sticking with me until the end. And thank you so much for subscribing and for your support, love, and kind words. I love y'all so much. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on that post notification bell so you know every single time I post a new video. Girl, it's ItsMyaJ. It's the Messy Ma. We are lit over here. Trust and believe that. And yeah, bye.
Yours, damn right. It's better than yours. I can teach you.